dealing with a pretty intense thing with one of my sons. Both of my sons are really going through it right now, but my oldest son has some bad personal problems that need help outside of Charleston. I had picked him up last Thursday morning, to be quite honest, from jail. I needed to get him to rehab in Greenville, court ordered. We had to go to a lot of places and offices in Charleston where everybody was very negative towards us. Felt like we were getting looked down upon, and it didn't seem like anybody had much empathy. So it was a very difficult day, and then we drove up to Greenville and got him checked into the rehab, and I didn't feel a lot of empathy or love in that place either. Had to take him to Walmart to replace his belongings and get his phone taken care of. And on the way to Walmart, about 10 minutes away, I got a phone call from a number I didn't recognize, and I own a small business, so I don't normally answer those. I get a lot of telemarketers every day. Something told me I should answer it, and it was Cedric. He asked me if I could come to breakfast that weekend, and I said, unfortunately, I'm in Greenville, I'm out of town, and I'm dealing with a family crisis, and I can't. And he said, can I pray for you when we get off of this call? And I said, I hope you will. And I said, could you please keep my son Derek and Dylan in your prayers too? He said, I'm sitting here with 3 other gentlemen. They all introduced themselves. He goes, I'm gonna show you that I'm a man of my word. Can we do it now? And I said, please. And he said the most powerful prayer that had both me and my son, who's resistant to believing. We were both crying like babies in the seat. And Cedric didn't know the situation, just that we were in need. And he said the most powerful prayer that was so spot on, it was kind of spooky. And when I got off the phone, I gave my son a half hug while I was driving across the street and said, that's God. And you might not think it is, but that's God, because I've never had a more timely phone call in my entire life. And it stuck with him and it stuck with me. And I reached out to Cedric the next evening and explained a little bit more what was going on and how impactful his phone call was, and that if he ever doubted he was doing God's work, that I don't think he's ever made a more timely phone call. And which drove me, no matter what was going on today, I was coming to meet him, and I did, and it was fantastic.